Mammoth Lakes in the eastern Sierras of California is an awesome mountain town to go visit. It's a cool place to go mountain biking or snowboarding, but that's not what I did when I went to Mammoth Lakes. I went there for Labor Day weekend and I hiked out into the woods and I slept out in the middle of the woods way up in the mountains near lakes and waterfalls and mountaintops for the whole weekend. Now, it was pretty difficult to get out there. I left San Francisco after work at 6 o'clock at night and I didn't get to Mammoth until 12 o'clock at night. But in the morning, I just took a shower at the room where I was staying and then drove my car to the ski resort where I got a bus ticket for $15 that allowed me out and back to Devil's Postpile National Monument, which is about an hour away from the ski resort on a bus. There is no overnight parking out there in the woods, so I had to park my car at the ski resort and then take a bus out there. And I got that hiker permit from recreation.gov on the internet. So I paid about $15 for the bus ticket and I paid about $15 for my hiker permit as well. Overnight backpacking permits for the Eastern Sierras, they sell out really quickly. They're difficult to get. An easy permit to get is the one that I got, which is Beck Lakes. Beck Lakes is in an awesome location. You have to start your hike from the Devil's Postpile National Monument, which is one of the trailheads that you can get to taking the bus from Mammoth Ski Resort. And it's an awesome place to start your hike because it's in the Ansel Adams Wilderness, and Ansel Adams is one of the most famous explorers in the history of the United States. He traveled with a camera and he took pictures of all the awesome waterfalls in Yosemite and whatnot, and he made the whole entire area famous. And it really is like a high mountaintop summer paradise. All right, so in order to get one of these backcountry backpacking permits, you've got to go to recreation.gov. An easy way to do it is just to go onto the website or the app and just type in the word Inyo. That's INYO. And then you're going to click on the Inyo National Forest and you're going to ask for a backcountry permit for backpacking. You have to click on a few buttons and let them know that you're not a professional tour guide, you're just going on a private trip on your own, how many people you're going with, and then they'll give you choices of where you can start and they'll show you how many permits are left. You know, they might be sold out or they might have 3 permits left or 9 permits left, etc. And I think an easy one to get for this hike is Beck Lake. Beck Lake allows you to get off at the Devil's Postpile National Monument and head off into the woods. Now, the first day you head out on any overnight backpacking trip like this, the first day is going to be really difficult. So you start off with a lot of fresh energy and then you use up all that energy just climbing the mountain because there's trees at lower elevation. The trailhead usually starts off in the trees and you've got to climb up the trail until you get way up to where the mountaintops are at, and that's where the lakes are and the waterfalls, etc. And that's where things start to get fun. But the first day is really hard. So for me, I never made it to any of the places that I said I would go on my permit. Now, the whole entire point of having the permit is to let people know where you are. Just in case something goes wrong and you break your leg or something, the rangers and your family want to know where you are. They want to know that you drove out to that trailhead on that day and that you're out there in the woods and you haven't come back yet and that's where you are so that they can go find you. So on my permit, I said that I would sleep at Beck Lakes on Saturday night and then Dead Horse Lake on Sunday night, but I never made it that far. I only made it to Ashley Lake. And then the second day, I tried to climb up onto the Sierra High Route and climb over some mountains to get to Dead Horse Lake, but I never found a way through. So I climbed up to the top of the mountain and I realized I wasn't going to make it. And so I turned around and I headed south and I slept at Fern Lake. So I had an awesome night's sleep at Ashley Lake Saturday night and then Fern Lake Sunday night. But I never really went to any of the places that I said I would go on my permit. And that's okay. It's just important to let the rangers and everybody know where you are. And that's really the point of the permit, of having a permit. On Monday morning, I headed out from Fern Lake back down to Rainbow Falls and enjoyed the waterfall. All right, so in order to go on this awesome hike, I use a lot of special gear that I wear when I'm out there in the woods. For starters, I wear this shirt. This is the Outdoor Research Echo hoodie. I wear these jogging pants. These are the Patagonia Terrebonne pants right here. I wear these special shoes. This is the Ultra, A-L-T-R-A, Ultra Lone Peak shoes right here. This is a little headlamp, a little flashlight that I use, and this is what I use to filter my water. This is the Be Free. I use this lightweight bear canister here. This is called the Bear Boxer. I use this lightweight tent. This is my tent right here. It's called the Z-Pax Plex Solo. All right. For my food, I don't use a lighter or a stove for the food. I put my food into one of these plastic jars and I just pour cold water on it. And I'm eating this right here from Britain. It's called Huel. This is the yellow coconut curry quinoa from Huel, H-U-E-L. I'm also using a plastic water bottle and I'm drinking these electrolytes. This is Prime. It's right here. This is Prime, the electrolytes right here. It's kind of just makes like bug juice, Kool-Aid. All right, for my sleeping bag, I'm using this lightweight sleeping bag. This is the Western Mountaineering Mega Light sleeping bag. It's a really lightweight sleeping bag. This is what I'm using. And for my backpack, I'm using this. This is from a company here called Light AF. This is the Light AF Curve 46 with a hip belt on it right here. And this is what I'm using as my backpack.